See, this should be working. Hello everyone, welcome back. Um, I haven't been streaming in quite a while, so hello again, hello again. I'm glad to be back. Last couple of weeks have been very busy, so I uh, couldn't really stream. I've actually been playing not as much, honestly. My schedule has been strange, to say the least. But I'm back. There's some few new things. My setup has changed slightly, so you'll notice I don't have the headset anymore. I actually still have it, but I I wanted to take advantage of a short stream tonight to test something new. So I have a new microphone that you can't see, but it's right here, just off the screen, and I have headphones. Or I should say earbuds. Anyway, everything should be working fine, so let me know if the audio is weird or strange or loud or quiet. I can change things. I've been trying to uh, do some tests, but sometimes you just have to try it in live. Anyway, without further ado, let me show you where I am. I am in one of the outer planets of this binary system. These planets are actually quite far away from the main star. I had to travel like over 400,000 light years. Here we have possibly some bacterium to sample. Nothing special, but I had some time tonight, and I just let the ship go and reach this place. I made a little bit of progress in my exploration. In this case, in the Norma Expanse. Last time, I believe I was right here at the edge between Hawkins Gap, like somewhere around here. Hawkins Gap and Norma's Expanse. So yeah, I made a little bit of progress. I've been moving my fleet carrier along the way. In fact, one of the first few things I need to do is to move the carrier to this nebula. I have no idea if there is anything of interest there, but I want to go there. So, first thing first, um, let's go there. It's a bit loud. Anyway, looks like I have a bookmark here. I have no idea why. I think I set it just for navigation. It's kind of a small one, but it looks like there's a few stars within it. See if there is anything strange. So let's remove all the usual stuff. I don't see anything special, to be honest. No idea what this is. But it's right there. Who knows? Massive stars. Nothing. A-type. Okay. F-type. Let's go to an A-type. All of these have probably been explored before, but we shall see. kind of want to be right in the middle of the nebula though. So maybe let's go to a G-type instead. Like, look at this one. This one is almost, well, not quite in the middle, but almost. This one may be more central. Oh yeah. This one is gonna be perfect. So let's go there. Don't know why that screen is so loud. Hey Mark Gamer, how are you? Welcome in. Hello, hello. How are you? All right. Let's get to exploration. So I need to scan a couple of biologicals, ammonia geysers and fumaroles. So I'll keep an eye on those, but I think those are mostly in the canyon ahead of me. I don't think they occur here. Also, there's something I forgot. Let me see. Music. Because there was the in-game music earlier and I thought it was... music was on. But clearly it's not, so... oh. There we go. And... you know, as you can see, I've been playing a bunch lately, but okay, this should be a little bit better. Hopefully the game is a little bit quieter. I could probably raise the music a little bit. There we go. Let me know if it's too loud or not. Again, I changed a bunch of things, so this stream tonight is gonna be very experimental. I may not keep all these changes. They're all good, excellent, excellent. Doing a bit of engineering on a science ship, wonderful. That's especially planning the engineering is one of my favorite activities in this game. You know, you just play with things until the numbers are right. So you don't have to dismantle your Titan bomber. I see. Oh yeah, I saw the community goal. The community goal is extremely interesting. In fact, I had to read it carefully because I was really tempted to just go back. At first it kind of sounded like the new pre-engineer FSD, but this time it sounds like it's something completely different. Look at this canyon. Wow. Oops, I'm a little bit stuck. Life of Laser Commander who outbakes all their fleet. Now I kind of do the same. I like to have a ship for every purpose. And I have another thing that is probably kind of unique to me, because I don't think anyone else does it, but I don't like have two ships of the same kind. So I only have a Great Phantom, just one of them. One Eagle, one Anaconda. I know some ships are really multi-role and can cover multiple roles, but to me, one ship is one thing, one purpose. I don't know. It's something I can't conceive having two identical ships doing different things. Anyway, hello Fearful. Welcome in. I've been seeing you a lot in a variety of streams lately. Like earlier tonight, you won one of the stickers at Nerduino, I think. At that point, I was a little bit distracted because I was taking care of a few other things before streaming. But I think I heard your name, so congratulations. The hype is that it may be a precursor to FSD that will jump anywhere in system point-to-point type. Yes, that's what I've heard. I would partially enjoy that. I mean, in part, I like the travel, but again, like for example, earlier tonight, I was, I was going from, I think it was Planet 6. I needed to scan these A5 and A6, and they are 400,000 light seconds away from this. So to go here, it took me something like 15-20 minutes. Fortunately, I was doing something else, so I just let the ship go. And while I stepped away from the computer, in fact, when I came back, it had overshot. And I had to go back a little bit. But in these cases, yes, I would really appreciate a point-to-point jumper. Hello, Astro. Again, I see you pretty much everywhere, so welcome in. Hello again. Long time no see. Like, I don't know, 10 minutes. You need to thank me for mentioning his streams? Oh no, it's you don't need to thank me. You need to thank Astro. I believe it was Astro, because how did I find about Nerduino? I didn't find it by chance. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't Astro, I mean, lately I've been discovering, I don't know, 4 or 5 science streamers thanks to Astro. I think I found it via Eratosthenes, modern day Eratosthenes. I think she raided Nerduino once, and it was like, this is amazing. If it wasn't her, then it was Astro. So thank him. But yeah, there's so many science streamers that I don't know about, and yes, but you know what? I actually have 2 accounts, because at first I had another account. It was the only account I had, and I was following streamers on that one, and then I decided to start streaming, and I decided to create a new account because I wanted everything to be separate. Don't ask me why, I just wanted it to be that way. And well, there is one reason. Well, one reason is that the other account has a nickname that is the nickname I use pretty much everywhere on social media, where I'm like, I don't hide my name or anything. Not that it's a big secret, but kind of want to keep streaming a little bit separate from personal and professional life, at least for now. So not a big secret really, but just wanted to keep the two things separate. Anyway, so I've been following a bunch of people and streamers with that account. And in fact, sometimes I'm very confused because there are streamers that I follow and sometimes watch on, for example, a tablet that I have that is logged in with that account, and then I'm using this account instead on my laptop, and I'm like, why am I not following you already? And then I realize, oh yeah, I've been following you on the other account, but not on this one. Other times I think Twitch, for some reason, unfollows people for me or something. I don't know why, but I think that happened at least once or twice already. So anyway, yes, I knew that SETI had a stream. In fact, I followed some of the streams, but I think I followed them only on the other account, not on this one. So I need to follow them with this account, I think. I need to check. You've been here for 9 months and didn't know about it? Well, I mean, kind of same here, even with big streamers that do science, like Eratosthenes. I don't know how long Eratosthenes has been around, but I didn't know about her for ages until like a couple of months ago or something. Nerduino, same. Nerduino has been around for like 2 years more. I think he was saying earlier tonight that his second affiliate anniversary is coming up, so 2 years more, because I mean it takes some time to get affiliate. It's not immediate. Who else? I mean, the astronomy show, that's another one that comes to mind that I discovered recently thanks to you, pretty much. Volcano Doc has been around for like, what, 2-3 years also. I knew about other geologists like Rocky Sage. I know about her. A few others too. Yeah. I'm not finding anything. This is irritating. There should be geysers here. I'm not seeing anything. This is frustrating. So going back to orbit. Okay. Personal Twitch account. I use the first for watching. Yeah, same here. I mean, I barely use it now. Sometimes I turn it on, like tonight. I turned it on to just check that everything was alright for sound. In fact, let me know if anything is weird, because I have a kind of a new setup here for audio. So if something is too quiet, too loud, noisy, you let me know. Because there's a good chance I don't know about it. Yeah. Anyway, you started watching Twitch to catch some arena soccer games. That's interesting. I don't remember why I started watching Twitch. It was before 2020. It was sometime in 2019, I think. But at the time I was barely watching it. yeah, I was barely watching, and I think I was following mostly science streams. In fact, there was an incredible good Italian science stream, so uh, 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 it, it doesn't exist anymore, and anyway, they spoke Italian. But it was a bunch of scientists streaming like something like 3 times a week. It was great. Yeah, I was glued to it. It was just great. What was I doing here? I needed to find the fumaroles. Let's go here. Then, with some luck, I can find the bacterium as well. But yeah, and then, you know, other games. Like at first I was following some people doing Kerbal Space Program. What else? Oh, at some point in 2020 I got into Grand Theft Auto roleplay, and so I was following a few of them. I did that for like a couple of years actually. I think it was 2020. And then it expanded mostly science stuff actually. And a few other things like just other types of shows, variety streamers. A lot of the streamers I was following like 2-3 years ago are gone, which is a little bit sad, but yeah. Yeah, you had a local team. Oh, nice. That's fun. I'm trying to remember how I started, you know, watching Twitch. I honestly don't remember. Like why? Maybe it was just out of curiosity, you know, like, let's check it out. You know, you know what? I know why. I was watching someone on whoops, no, back. A guy on YouTube, don't know if he still makes videos, but anyway, he was playing like mostly survival games, like The Long Dark. I used to play The Long Dark a lot a few years ago, and a few other games as well. So I then found out that he was streaming every once in a while, so I started following him, and then that way I then discovered everything else. GeoGym actually was one of the first few streamers, science streamers that I followed, because I seem to remember like looking up geology, and because his nickname starts with Geo, then I found it. I think that's how I found it. Yeah, because he has been streaming for like I don't know, 2-3 years easily, right? I remember in a stream he was just basically taking everyone on a virtual field trip. It was amazing. It's like this is wonderful. I think it was still during the pandemic, so no one could go out or something. Can't remember. Anyway, well, I found a bacterium, which is good. But I'm not seeing any geysers or anything else. Let's go towards those mountains. If you go back to school for exogeology, yeah, nah, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. I mean, you're an astronomer, so you know a ton of things that I don't. So anything exo, you may actually be better suited than me to study it. No, don't need to. You did? So, on Saturday, typically I do science and maybe some Elite Dangerous. So this Saturday I already have something that I want to do, which is to do antenna modeling. That is something I've been doing for a long time, and I was playing with some antenna models yesterday, and then basically hit kind of a wall with the software I have here, which is very easy to use, simple, but it has a lot of limitations. So at some point on Saturday I'm gonna install another software that I haven't used in years, and then do some antenna modeling with that. However, if time allows it, and especially if the antenna models take like 15-20 minutes to go through, just do a bath in ammonia. If it takes a long time to run the models, then I'll also set up a webcam that I have. It should be relatively easy, and I'm gonna show you some rocks. And actually I have something else to show you, which is not really rocks, but has to do with geology in a sense. So if you want to see something about that, that is going to happen on Saturday. So there were the geysers. Geysers were there, but I didn't see any fumaroles. So let's go back, because I want to see those things. And honestly, you know, you say you rediscovered your interest in rocks. Well, you kinda, you know, by suggesting all these science streams, which are often astronomy oriented, or a flavor of astronomy in any case, I then started to rediscover something that I knew about, but didn't really put too much thought in it, which is amateur radio astronomy. You know, repurposing old satellite dishes to do radio astronomy observations. There we go. Just a few more. It's kind of neat. It's like, let's look at it on foot. Yeah, and it was everything actually happened a little bit by chance because I can't remember. It might have been astronomy show was talking about it, or maybe it was an Arduino. And I was like, oh yeah, I've heard about that, but maybe I'll read again something about it. And what is this? What the heck? No. Alright. My tablet here was like want to do things. Actually I don't need this. But then by pure coincidence, I think I found this YouTube channel, which is this guy, which was like super funny. The channel name is Save It for Parts, and yeah, okay. He just tinkers with all sorts of things, and among those things is satellite dishes to do radio astronomy or just radio observations. And so I started watching these videos, reading more about radio astronomy, and now I'm like, yeah, I want to get one of those and do it on my own. The problem is that first I don't have the space, at least here, or the space will be very limited, and honestly I don't have the time. But it's something I want to do at some point. Anyway, ammonia fumarole. Not sure I've ever seen something this shape. It's kinda neat. Alright. There's no... Usually there's like some crystals or something, but I don't see any here. Right? Usually there's always something attached to it, like I bet if I go here to that geyser, there's gonna be, yeah, there's that pebble thing. Oh, I forgot about the kind of high gravity here, which is really medium, but I'm used to relatively low gravity. Every once in a while you see 2-meter dish and think, man, I could have fun with that. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, when you see all those old C-band dishes, like the black ones, those are cool. Now, I would jump into this, but first, the gravity is kind of medium here, so landing will be tricky, potentially deadly, and also I have a ton of exploration data that I need to sell, so I don't want to lose that. I want to shoot the rock here and kick it around. Yeah. Apparently you can still find them, and this guy, can't remember his name, but the channel name is Save It for Parts. Relatively recently had a video about fundy dishes, and a TV station was giving away a 10-foot dish or 12-foot dish for free, and so he got this ginormous dish. that I don't think I've ever used, at least not on YouTube, not on video, but it's big. You can do even like help and stuff with it and have good gain very easily. Perhaps even something like lower frequency, like maybe even P band. I don't know. Come on, Geyser. Slow down for a second. Need to get enough and make an array. So that's the other thing. Okay, I need to show you this channel. There it is. This is the channel. Like literally save it for parts. And he had a, yeah, this is the dish he got, but then he also has a video where he tried to make an array. As you can see, like he has all sorts of videos. I thought it was more recent. Oh, maybe I already passed it though. So, I'm sure you know about the very large array in Socorro, New Mexico. He attempted to build the well, let me go back to the thumbnail here. Struggling. The very small array instead of the very large array, where he put those 4 dishes and yeah, let's see. No, come on. Yeah. Maybe he's gonna show it again. Let's see. You can tell he's a tinkerer, which is amazing. Like, I love this. Oh, come on. There it is. There it is. So he got a bunch of these. You know what? Let me. There we go. Because I don't want the background noise from the geyser. So it got these small dishes, which are like 20-30 centimeter. They are for RV dishes, yes, and they have gimbals, so he can move them around whatever he wants. And he got them for cheap, like some auction or something. And he tried to connect all 4 of them via this coupler that he also found somewhere, where you can connect 4 antennas, and he kind of joins them. Is not just a simple T, it's actually an active coupler. The problem he had though was that they were out of phase, and yeah, keeping them in phase is a nightmare, and the decoupler was not doing that. So anyway, he did it. He made these. He tried to make the very small array I can show it to you a little bit.
Each dish identical. However, each of these dish models is slightly different and has slightly different internal wiring, with probably a little bit longer or a little bit shorter signal paths from the actual LED to the output. So now we've got all the dishes lined up theoretically at the same satellite.
It's great.
Let's see what the signal strength looks like from one dish and then compare it to the entire array. Alright, so we've got a satellite transponder here. This is probably a digital video feed off Galaxy 19. This is just using a single dish. Now we're going to try to hook it up through the combiner, still to a single dish, see what that looks like. Okay, so here we are, still looking at Galaxy 19, same transceiver, single dish hooked up to the combiner. Seem to be actually getting a little bit less signal. We're losing some signal in that combiner. We were at about -20 before, now we're more like -25, 26. Let's start connecting additional dishes. Okay, so our signal has gone up to -23. We're also getting a lot more noise. We're getting more static this way. So now we have all 4 dishes connected and we've just dropped out completely. I think we've actually lost power. We're not getting enough power through the little power injector to run all the dishes at the same time. So we've got our power back on. We have all 4 dishes hooked up through the combiner, and we're getting a lot of interference. You'll see the power level, the signal level is just fluctuating wildly on the waterfall display there. It's up, it's down, it's bouncing all over the place. I think we're getting those phase misalignments, we're getting reflections, we're getting all kinds of issues here. So this is kind of my worst case. What I was afraid of is that all these dishes are going to just interfere with each other. They're not going to be able to combine the signal into one stronger signal. They're just going to drown each other out with static and noise. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this array thing isn't really going to work because I can't phase or...
Yeah, so it goes on a little bit, but unfortunately, yeah, it couldn't make it. But it was super interesting, and he has a ton of videos about satellite dishes, and he does all sorts of things. Like he uses one of these because it has a nice gimbal that you can control via software. He uses one of these dishes to basically make a microwave picture, image, photograph of the sky, of his room, of his house. Because essentially you can just write a software to scan line by line a particular scene, and yeah, he made a self-portrait of himself in L-band. So like basically he was emitting microwaves. Yeah, all sorts of things. Highly recommend. It is great. Is honestly great. Yeah, I guess radio interference will be hard to track down and deal with that light pollution. Yeah, and his problem, I guess, is that they are all different from each other. Like they look identical, at least 2 of them, but they're actually a little bit different. And I should probably go back to the ship before I die. But I'll go back to it. I just don't want to exhaust my power, although it seems to be fine. Yeah, essentially, basically, the electronics are a little bit different. And even if the dishes were identical, with identical electronics, and I keep hurting myself, it would be very hard to keep everything exactly in phase. It's very tricky. It can be done, but it's tricky. And also his feed lines were probably not the same length, so that adds issues. It's much easier to do at lower frequencies like HF. HF, the wavelengths are so long that even if you have some phase misalignments, you're still good. But otherwise, microwaves like this was 11 gigahertz or something, or 1.1. It's way harder to do. Yeah. Yeah, the other big dish I was talking about is this thing. Uh, it's like, I think it was a 10-foot dish.
But yeah, we're looking at how to take down this big dish, and I'm not actually sure if they want the little dish gone too, but seems like we're going to get one or both of these satellite dishes. So as usual.
Anyway, yeah, he he has videos on how to get free satellite dishes. So if you're curious, it's it's a very entertaining channel. It's a lot of fun, and uh, he's part of this initiative or something among a bunch of people, friends, who were digging tunnels in this kind of poorly cemented sandstone formation in Minnesota, which is also super interesting. I love it. Like the stratigraphy that sometimes he shows is like amazing. It's like textbook stuff. Yeah, Minnesota is very far away from me, but I guess much closer to you. I think you live there, Astro, right? Wisconsin? I seem to remember you said last time. So it's kind of close to you. And yeah, so anyway, he digs tunnels. You're in Colorado? Oh. Then I must be confusing with someone else, because for some reason I thought you were in Wisconsin or Ohio. Or anyway, sorry about that. I geographically misplaced you. Colorado is a nice state. Been to Colorado many times. Especially because a bunch of scientists work in they say Denver, but it's really Golden, Colorado, and a few of them earlier were in Boulder, which is just next door from Golden. And I also have a friend and a colleague who is from Golden. Like his family is still there. So sometimes we have team meetings for this instrument, the radar. One of the radars that is on Mars, and they are there in Golden. So I've been to Golden and Boulder many times. Kind of forgot how many times I've been there, honestly. Yeah, and I also went there on my own for a trip. Went through, was it like Pagosa Springs, Great Sand Dunes, Mesa Verde, all those places, the more touristy places. Great Sand Dunes was amazing. Unfortunately, kind of midday when we were hiking the dunes, the sky and weather started to be non-collaborative, and so we headed back and barely made it to our car before a major downpour, like a major thunderstorm, which is particularly dangerous there because you're very exposed on the dunes. So getting hit by lightning there is more likely than anywhere else, I think. not a good place to be in a thunderstorm. I just noticed something. Did you get any advertisements? Because I kinda lost track of time, and my stream manager here is telling me that advertisements start in 2 hours. I don't know if that is an error or something, but if oh, you're on turbo, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't even give me the option of running advertisements. All right, yeah. Let's keep it that way. I don't know why, but I like it. Yeah, so well, we'll keep it that way. We'll keep it that way. Oh, should probably get farther away from the star. Well, if you see advertisements, let me know, because then I'll take the usual break. Otherwise, even better. And you know, for some reason, yeah, it's telling me that, yeah, the timing here is all wrong. It's like I'm getting a negative time for the stream. Anyway.
44. Wide ring. Potential guardian warm body.
Hey DJ, how are you?
Potential guardian warm body.
Welcome in, welcome in. So nice to see you. How have you been? Okay. Body number 4. Yeah, I won't bother with it. Seemed like it had very large wings, but actually not that much. Next system. Is this one? These were all systems that I visited, like, I can't remember if yesterday night or the night before. I was so honestly so tired that I was barely playing. I was like just going through and bookmarking everything. because it was like I'm too tired to do anything here. So I was just traveling back to the carrier and you know, making all these bookmarks, so then we'll go through them later in the week. Yeah, I just got advertisements, I think. They just popped up. Unsure. Well, if you can still hear me, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'll see you all in like 3 minutes once the ads are finished. Alrighty, everyone should be back because the message I got here is now gone. So, presumably everyone is back. So DJ, let's see. It's a miracle. 6:30 a.m. Oh yeah, right. You are. Wait, Central Europe? Europe is currently 8 hours from here, I think. So... no, UK? I think. Maybe. Yeah, I can't do time zone math, but anyway, glad that you've been alright. I'm also pretty good myself. GMT, okay, yeah. Yeah, because now everything is extra complicated due to the fact that the US, except 2 states, and one of them is the state I am in, went to daylight savings, but Europe didn't yet. So it's like all the time zone math now is extra complicated for me. Alright, nothing special in this system.
Meets mapping criteria. Potential guardian ruin body.
Oh, cool. Looks like I hadn't found one of these yet. It was a little pop-up thing in game.
Body 6A. Carbon dioxide atmospheric landable with life. May host a marked biological.
Okay.
Body 3. Sulfur dioxide atmospheric landable with life. Meets mapping criteria.
236A. 236A. Okay. It's easy enough. Hello, Lander. Where are you? Welcome back. galaxy, especially the central part, is starting to be wider and wider. Something I've been noticing for a little bit now. It used to be just tiny little slice. Now it's kind of extending over, I don't know, almost 90 degrees now of the view, at least in one direction, probably more in the other one. Yeah, effectively it's encircling. Really excited to get closer and closer to the core. I've been there only once really, when I was in Colonia, which is not even that close to the core, and there is so much more light. It's like even the dark side of planets and moons is still, it's not really black, it's like you have light from all the stars. See what we find here. There is a chance that it's gonna be Tectonicus. If it is Tectonicus, I'm going down the sample. It's not. This moon might have a concha labiata. I need to scan. Not certain, but maybe there. If not, I may stop anyway, because it's either that or the tubus, which is quite valuable. And I've been skipping a few of them. I want to sample more. The tubus is relatively easy to find. And besides these systems, well, these few systems here, there is one which is nice here in this nebula, which I had started exploring a little bit, but there's like a ton of biologicals to sample, and currently it's not really showing many stars, but yeah, there's like a handful. There's some brown dwarfs that I think could be interesting to visit here. It's like it's always interesting to visit these tiny little nebulas. You never know what you're gonna find. In that one, I believe I have to visit one of the planets that has an electric eye. I haven't seen one in a long time now, like several weeks, I think. Those are always cool. So if all goes well tonight, we're gonna get there, so you get to see it. You get to see it as well. If not, it's gonna be most likely Saturday, this coming Saturday. You've encountered electric eye only once. It's on the it's on the rarer side. Uh,
Body 6A. Has high biological value.
Tubus, not concha, but tubus. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, electric eye is tricky to find because it needs helium gases in the atmosphere, and usually that happens only with icy moons, icy planets usually. And when that happens, usually it's in the outer part of the planetary systems, and usually there's only one or two biological, not three. Pretty much everywhere I've seen an electric eye, it's always three. There's the bacterium, the fonticulua, and the one of the variety of electric eye. Maybe once I found electric eye and either bacterium and the fonticulua, but not both of them. I think if it happened only once. And one good way to find them is to look at the codex. The problem with that is that it's a little bit boring because you would like to find it for the first time on your own, right? There's always the excitement of a new discovery. In this case, that system was not a first discovery, but I was not looking for the electric eye specifically. I was just, let's go here to this nebula. So I picked a random star, and it just happened to have an electric eye. Probably not tonight, but on Saturday, what I'm gonna do is maybe check out a few other systems in that nebula and see if it is a recurring thing. Because it could be that nebula has a lot of systems with electric eye in it. I've heard it happens sometimes with some particular biologicals. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly, Mark. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really count if you are like going through the codex. Stumbling across one, even if it's not a first discovery, is way better, way more exciting. Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree with you guys.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 800 meters from previous sample.
I was tempted to get like the Eagle or another small ship tonight, but I was like, no, I kind of want to visit all these systems I bookmark kind of fast. But next time, Saturday probably again. Although I would have to go back to the carrier, so next time, not Saturday.
Second partial sample collected.
Normally I try to stream on Monday, but I'm almost certain that Monday I'm gonna be incredibly tired because we are writing a NASA proposal and it's gonna be a lot of work, I already know. And so there's a very good chance I'm not gonna be streaming on Monday, but much more likely I'm gonna be streaming next Thursday, so 1 week from now, because at that point we'll have submitted everything and I will have a lot more time on my end. In part, that is the reason why I wasn't streaming the past like week or two. It was just every day I was like, oh yeah, tonight I'm gonna stream. And then by the time, you know, I sit down in front of the computer like to play, I'm like, oh, like falling asleep, and I can't stream in these conditions, and I just go to bed and sleep, right? Dolphin, yeah, so there's the problem there. I used the Dolphin as an errand ship in the bubble, so because I don't like to have two ships of the same type having two different purposes, I didn't make the Dolphin as an exploration ship. But I hear you, yeah, I use it specifically because it has a very good range and is a small footprint. But like a month or two ago, I think I was watching Rayman's game, and he had a Type 6, I believe, that he was using for, you know, a similar purpose. And I was like, maybe I can do the same thing with the Type 6. It won't have as much range, but then I can reconvert the Dolphin to an exploration ship, which would make it my 8th exploration ship, because I already have 7, I think, in total. It's like the Sidewinder, the Cobra, this Eagle, Courier, DBX, Anaconda, 7. Although I'm probably almost never gonna use the Anaconda. It's just a pain to land anywhere. And probably not gonna use the DBX that frequently. I think I streamed a few weeks ago with the DBX, but it has an excellent jump range. It's small, but I just don't like it. It's a good ship for exploration, but it's not my thing. It was actually the third ship that I purposely engineered for exploration, because I was like, the first one was the Crate, this one. Then the second one was the Anaconda, and I was like, I have a medium, I have a large, so I need a small one, and everyone was saying, oh yeah, DBX is great, so I engineered it, but almost never used it really, because sometimes I don't really care about range. So I'm even happy with, I don't know, 35 light years. That's enough. You know, sometimes I do exploration in economic mode, because then it's a bunch of short jumps, and I basically don't have to refuel, and I just, you know, visit a bunch of stars in a short time. You know, I'm exploring, I'm not traveling. Well, tonight I'm also traveling, but normally I'm more concerned with exploration rather than traveling. Which is also why I don't use the Anaconda. Anaconda is the best jump range, but it's almost useless for me. I only use it when, well, I used it a couple of times when I was, you know, in the outer arms of the galaxy. That was like September, October last year. And in some places the stars are so distant from each other, they are so sparse that it's actually kind of difficult to jump. And in fact, in some cases I had to backtrack and took like a longer trip even with the Anaconda. That's when it was particularly useful. Otherwise, you're gonna see me with the Phantom. Phantom is my favorite, and some other ship. I don't know. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was using the Cobra. I haven't used the Eagle in quite some time, so yeah, good chance that next week is gonna be the Eagle. I personally never know when you could get the urge to stop exploring and back to the bubble. Yeah, you know, every once in a while I like to take a break, like what I did this winter break, and actually earlier too, in like October, November, because I wanted to do, well, in November I wanted to do some ground stuff and to try the, you know, that part of the game, because I've never did it, and also because I wanted to do suit engineering, so that was fun, you know. I will also stream that every once in a while, and you know, explore the different side of the game. So that was a nice break from exploration, although I must say I wasn't really tired of exploration. I just, at some point, I wanted to do ground stuff more than exploring. So I was like, I'll go back.
Body 9D.
And
Potential Guardian Ruin Body. Body 10B.
check, yes.
Potential Guardian Ruin Body.
And so
Body 9A. Potential Guardian Ruin Body.
depending on what happens for this Titan stuff, I think I may go back in a few weeks. I almost went back like earlier today after seeing those initial news, but it looks like right now there isn't anything certain for this new FSD thing. It's like still preliminary stages apparently, but as soon as there's even a hint of getting a new FSD via community goals, I'm going back immediately, like within 2 hours, because right now I'm quite close to the bubble. Actually, I'm getting closer, so I think it would take like an hour or two to go back, no more, unless I make stops. But in that case I probably wouldn't make any stops. I would just making bookmarks like, yeah, next time I go back I need to stop. Otherwise I'm not missing any new FSD if that is going to happen. For obvious reasons I missed it when it happened for like the Colonia Bridge, because I wasn't even playing this game. I didn't even have it. So this kind of sounds like it could be this next opportunity to get something like that, or maybe something new entirely. I don't want to miss it. It's like big FOMO here right now. So you need something with beefy jump range to get you in and out. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this ship is actually very good. It's my third longest jumping ship after the Anaconda with DBX. DBX has just a slightly longer range. However, it takes longer to fuel up, so the two things kind of balance out, I think. Let's see. No geos, no bodies. One planet to scan. And there's a motor blade body actually. Body 8. Where is body 8? Wait, what is body 8? Is this gas giant? So body 8. Here. Yeah. Mildly oblate, I would say. Okay, I need to scan body 7. It's kind of a neat arrangement of. It's kind of cool. It's like gas giant, rocky planet, gas giant, rocky planet, and then gas giant and brown dwarf. Kind of cool. Anyway, let's go. And also I need to catch up with chat. Same, can appreciate the Anaconda works well for some commander, but it's not for you. Only use the content these days for engineering modules as it gets around the engineers fast. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the other thing. So that's why I originally built that Aaron's Dolphin. It's because it has good range, fuels up kind of quick, so you know I can jump quickly through the bubble and can get to various systems, and I can put a little bit of cargo in it with the limpets to get the high-grade emissions. It's like a nice all-round ship to do some minor errands, right? But after seeing Raymond's, I think it was a Type 6, it seemed to be a potential alternative, shorter time range, but jump range, but still pretty good. Let's see if I kept a link. Oh yeah, I do. Good to keep an eye on the game, but yeah, so this is the Type 6 that I started playing with. So it's actually the jump range, even when laden, it's pretty good. It's like 40, almost 48 light years. And I put, yeah, 32 cargo. It doesn't have to be anti-corrosion, I just put it there because why not? It could just easily be normal cargo. And a small fuel scoop, because I was seeing that even laden, I should be getting easily across the bubble without needing to refuel. But if I need to, it's kinda slow but not super slow. So I can still like catch the white dwarf or something if I really want to go fast. And otherwise, I mean, boost over 500. Base speed is kind of slowish, not so great. It's almost a perma boost. Small shields, small armor, but I don't really play in open unless I want to feel risky. So typically the pirates are not an issue. So next time I'm in the bubble, I may be doing that, trying it, and then see if it works out. Then I may convert the dolphin to an exploration ship. Okay. For some reason I bookmarked the star. Alright, have a good night, Astro. Thank you again for being here. You're always here, so supportive, so thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. Hope to catch you live sometimes. For some reason I always miss your streams, so hope to catch you. Actually very interesting, you have type 6 from an old CG reward. Rusting the carrier would be nice to put it to work. Oh yeah. Yeah, I never had it type 6, so I would be curious to see what it looks like from the inside, how it handles. It's just something I was like, you know, when I saw it, I was still in the bubble. I was not exploring yet, but I was like, yeah, next time I'm in the bubble, I'm gonna play with it. Because otherwise I would need to probably grab a few more materials, and I was just ready to go back to exploring. I was like, yeah, I don't need to do everything right now. I can keep some fun for another time.
Sir, Romulan warbird decloaking directly ahead.
Crunch! Welcome in everyone. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you? Were you playing Elite? Assuming you were doing that. What were you doing? How's everyone? Welcome in. For those who don't know me, I am Dr. Nazimo. You pronounce it whatever way you want. There is no good or bad pronunciation. It's kind of a fun story there. In real life, I'm a planetary scientist, more specifically, planetary geologist. And a little bit over a year ago, I discovered this game, and turns out that it's a lot of fun, especially for my personal interests in planetary science. There's a lot of like real science into this game. So at some point I was enjoying this game so much that I decided to share the fun. So here I am, doing things, clearing rooms in Ready or Not, liberating lands in Helldivers 2. Oh, I see. Spreading democracy. Collecting the Titan Drive. Oh yeah. We were chatting about that earlier. Yeah, when I saw the CG news earlier today, I was like, I almost went back to the bubble. Like immediately, it was like, oh, this is gonna be the new like Colonia Bridge, like new FSDs. But then as I kept reading, I was like, okay, not as much hardy as I thought there would be, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go back to the bubble immediately if necessary. So hopefully all of that was fun. I mean, I've been watching a few streams in especially Helldivers. That game looks so fun, so much fun. I would play it. The only problem is that I don't have enough time. I barely have time for this. I wish I had more time for all these other games. There's so many need to play. But yeah, hopefully you had a lot of fun. Thank you, Rich Bank Clear, for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome in. Keep going. I'm probably going to do an exploration stream this weekend unless something intervenes. Alrighty. Yeah, exploration is always fun. But yeah, here's the thing. It kind of looked like, at least when I checked earlier tonight, that the CG was still going a little bit slow. But so if it picks up, then I'm not gonna worry about it. But if it still looks like it's a little bit slow, then I may consider going back to the bubble to help with it. Because if the success of getting this new FSD technology, which is still so mysterious, is higher, if we could get to higher tiers in this CG, then I'm all for it. Like I need to help. Because I want new FSDs. Whatever they are, I don't care. I want them. So happy to help. It's been almost 4 months since an exploration. Wow, yeah, you need to get out. I'm actually not that far away from the bubble right now. In fact, I'm been getting closer, oddly enough. Once I'm done with this, I can also show you exactly where I am. But I'm something like 9,000, 10,000 light years. It's close. It's not far away at all. Here.
System discovery complete. First body to map is B2.
Yeah, I'm currently checking out these systems that I bookmarked like a day or two ago, because I was traveling and kind of tired. I couldn't really focus as much for exploration, so I was like, I'm gonna bookmark them and do the exploring another day. But yeah, I'm at 12,000. I guess I'm getting a little bit farther away because earlier I was here. So I get at some point here it's like 9,000 light years. Now I'm getting farther away, but for a few weeks I'm gonna be here, which is a series of guardian sites. So I'm not gonna be far away from the bubble for weeks at least, if not months. All right, let's see. No geos, no bios. 2 planets to scan. Oh, the 2 other ones. 305. I'll tell you what. I kinda need to go back through this part of the galaxy anyway, because once this trip to this nebula is done, I need to go to this other nebula, so this is almost in the way. So I'm gonna be doing that off stream, because 300 light years is something like 15 minutes, I think, of travel time. That would be too boring. Looks like there's nothing else with me, so another time off stream, probably while I do something else myself. Also, how rude of me. Everyone who was already here, I don't think you got an auto shutout. No, you didn't. So go check Crunch. He's amazing, as all the commanders who stream, really, and all the commanders in general. Go check him. Always fun to watch. I'm often in the lurks, even if I don't write anything. I'm often there. Because especially lately, in the last few weeks, I've been particularly busy during the day, you know, work, life, whatever. And so I don't get the chance of, you know, writing in chat, but I'm around. So if you're a streamer, and especially if you stream either something scientific or really dangerous, there's a very good chance I'm there watching. Alright, another water warp. This B star has a lot of gas giants. It's like 5 or 6. Looks like all the fun is in this B system. Oh, these are asteroids.
Body B6.
There's probably gonna be 1,000 moons. So I'm seeing another 32 bodies. So those gas giants, they probably have something like 6 or 7 moons each. Sometimes you get lucky with bios, and you know, because some gas giants tend to have a lot of moons, then you get a ton of bios. You know, and sometimes much more rare, but they are cool bios too. And if you're very lucky, then those bios are gonna be slightly different depending on the composition of each moon. Alright, almost there. Well, that's like a volcanic moon. Almost like Io. Let's see. Silicate magma. It's a cold one though. Bunch of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere though.
Body A3. Carbon dioxide atmospheric rendezvous with lava. May host a marked biological. Body A3.
There you go.
Carbon dioxide atmospheric rendezvous with lava.
I was saying about
May
moons.
host a marked biological. Body A3.
We shall see.
Carbon dioxide atmospheric rendezvous with lava. May host a marked biological.
It's a CO2 atmosphere, so I'm not expecting anything too special. Why is it not telling me anything? Oh, okay, I know why. So, B6, B7. That's another one that I'll have to do off stream because they're far away, like even worse than the previous system. But there's these three. These three are potentially interesting. Nothing too special, but possible new concha. new for me at least. So we will go there. In the meantime, I see that I think there's going to be advertisements incoming in a few minutes. So if I can, because tonight for some reason this stream is weird, I'm gonna take a break so you don't have to watch the ads, and then you get an hour ad-free. So I'll see if the ads work. If not, I'll come back, play for a few minutes, and then take again 3-4 minutes break. So see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, everyone should be back, and I am completely out of focus. What is going on here? Maybe. Come on. Maybe. maybe I'm just gonna be out of focus for a while. But wait. We'll wait and see. No new concha here, so X-Moon. What? Maybe I can turn it off and on again. Nope. Maybe I can completely turn it off again. Hopefully that doesn't break everything. Still kind of broken, but give me a second. There we go. Nice. Low bandwidth? Uh-oh. That is not good. When you run in front of the camera for a second. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, let me know if bandwidth is low for some reason. It has been a while since I reset my connection. And I should do it every week or so. It's probably been 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, okay. No, but sometimes it happens. For some reason, I don't know if it's modem or the router
has high biological value.
Give me trouble, and I need to reset the connection. So like the connection will drop or something. So let me know if that happens at some point in the future. But yeah. There we go. This is most likely also not gonna happen in Concha, but you never know. Yeah, everything is very similar. These moons are almost identical to each other. This one seems to be the largest one, but never know.
Biological value.
Let me see. B6, B7. Alright, we're done. I'll get the water ward time. Let me see. Yeah. It's kind of a cool system here. Anyway. Next one is gonna be this guy. probably there's good biologicals here. That's probably why. Because yeah, I already scanned all of this.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I know what this is. This is a almost non-existent chance of finding a new codex entry. Right here. Possible, well, basically non-existent possibility of finding a Limaxus indigo. I don't remember what the orange diamond means. I think it is a regional discovery. Here. Legend. Yeah, it's a recent discovery. But it's red, so it's the probability of finding something new are basically zero. But you never seen it? I've seen it a few times, I think. The name is not new. Trying to remember what it looks like. Well, hopefully we'll find out. Oops. Got distracted there. We'll see, but it's a red circle, which is basically more of a courtesy telling you like, hey, in an ideal world, this could be a new find, but you're never gonna see it. Yeah, and it wasn't. It's actually kind of boring. It has a bacterium and a tussock. So bacteria and grass and weeds. Alright, well, there was a try. I guess I need to toggle M classes. What do we have here? Jolly rocks. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Always. Want to see a rock? Here. A rock. because of course I have rocks hanging around. What do we have here? Why did I select these two? C1, C2. Why? I don't know. Oh, I know why. It's because I was looking at the because I'm not there yet. That's why. Yeah, so this is a particularly cool rock. In fact, I have it here because at some point I want to show it to you. It comes from a mine in Wyoming, in the Rocky Mountains, and it has some oxidized copper minerals. The problem is that without particular webcam, it's never gonna look good. So I need to get the other webcam set up on a black background, so it will focus specifically on the rock and the minerals, and then you can actually enjoy it. So I promise I'll show it to you, but it's almost pointless to show it in the webcam because it's not gonna look good. Okay, now I know. There's two interesting biologicals here to scan, but I'll keep it for when I go back, because I don't want to spend like 5-10 minutes traveling here in Super Cruise. I need to go back to these two systems anyway, so it's kind of a no-brainer. So let's go here. You have two at reach as well? Yeah. I have currently 2 rocks at reach. This one is nicer. I already showed it on stream, but I keep it around because it's so nice. One of the previous tenants that were here in this house must have been a rock collector, possibly a geologist. In fact, likely geologist, given the type of rocks they've been collecting. And there's some very nice quartz crystals. Yeah, I'm gonna try and show it to you again, but it's a classic hexagonal quartz crystal. But yeah, I'll show it. I'll show it in a stream when I get the setup to show rocks. These are the only 2 rocks that I have at hand right now, but there's 5 couple of meters away that way. There's another big one that way on my back. Let me think other rocks in this room. Actually, none. But there's more. I have rocks everywhere. Just like any geologist, really. Thought I saw a signal there. I was like, Why is it not checking?
Body A1. Meets mapping criteria. System discovery complete.
Alright,
First body to map is A1.
let's go. That's why I was getting there so slowly. I was in not the optimal speed. Alrighty, next. Oh wait. And dwarves are cool, I'm sure, but another day.
No more bodies to map.
There. Because the problem with them dwarves is that they tend to be almost all the same. You can visit a few of them. They're gonna be cool at first, but then it's usually always icy. Rare, rocky planets, and that's it. Usually small systems. There are exceptions, of course, but usually they're small. Was it explored already? Oh.
45. I see you.
I started to notice things, like the signal of the previous one I could tell it had rings. This one, I'm not sure. It does, okay. When it is like 3 wiggles, like in the inner circle, and 1 in the other one, I think that means gas giant with rings. Somewhere there is a guide with all the signal types. But it's something that, yeah, so this one is gonna have rings, I think. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's something I've been noticing lately. Yeah, this single raw. See if I can have a pointer. See, like it's 111. Those are asteroids. What else? Well, this is more complicated. I don't know how to interpret that one.
49.
At least not yet.
Methane atmospheric lambda is light. May host a marked biologically. 49b. Methane atmospheric lambda is light. May host a marked biologically. 49c. Methane atmospheric lambda is light. May host a marked biologically.
That's a lot of methanes. Trying to remember what bios go with methane atmospheres. Never remember. I think it's one of the 20 kilowatts. Yeah, Digitus and Polaris, Bacterium Polaris. Alright. A. Let's see. Let's go this one. A bit larger than the others. Also a little bit warmer. Not that it makes any difference, but sometimes small ones are a little bit trickier because when you try to glide on them, it's like you have to be extra slow on atmospheric entry or you're gonna go too fast, essentially. I tend to prefer larger moons if I have the choice. And all three of these moons have exactly the same biologicals. Yes, can show you. It's like A, B, C, so two signals exactly the same biologicals. And in this case it's just gonna be a quick scan. I'm not gonna sample them. Because usually I sample only in 3 cases generally. Either it's something new that I've never seen before, or a new codex entry. I mean, I have to sample it. Third case is if it is valuable. So in this case, these are not valuable. These are not really new. I mean, I've seen them elsewhere, so nothing special. You missed a cool rock, but you didn't really miss anything. But anyway, hi Tom, how are you? It was this rock. But I mean, there isn't much to see right now because I need to get the appropriate setup for rocks. It's this rock which comes from a mine in Wyoming, in the Rocky Mountains, and it has a bunch of oxidized copper deposits on it. But again, I need to get the secondary webcam set up so I can show it to you in better detail without having to worry about focus or background mostly, because otherwise, even if it focuses, the color rendition is not great. So I'm keeping all these rocks handy for when
May host unlocked biological.
when I set that thing up. Um, no, it is yellow. In fact, it has here. I'll see. It inside. This is a fresh fracture. It's like gray, and near the surface, it has kind of a oxidized bending. But again, I need to get the better webcam set up for this and experiment with focus a little bit, so probably keep the focus fixed so I can so it doesn't autofocus randomly. But I promise I'm gonna show you that rock in better detail, so you won't miss it. Also because I want to show you pictures of where I got that rock, so you know, I need to prepare for the better enjoyment. Vibing at work. The last week or two have been somewhat exciting, but also incredibly busy and tiring at work, which is why I haven't been streaming, because I was saying this before, like basically every night I was, you know, getting in front of the PC and let's play a little bit, and then after half an hour I was like falling asleep. I believe it was Monday night. I was like I was lurking in your stream, and I was like trying to play something. I can't even remember what I was trying to do. Maybe I wasn't even playing, and at some point I was basically falling asleep, and I was like, I need to go to bed. Next Monday is gonna be for sure the same, so I'm almost certain I'm not gonna stream, but on Saturday, so this coming Saturday, 2 days, I should have plenty of time for streams, and in fact I have a lot of science and somewhat engineering, actually electrical engineering stuff to show. And if I have the time to set up the webcam, then I may have time to show you some rocks. But it won't be that rock, it will be something else. In fact, technically speaking, they won't be rocks, but still geology related, in a sense, at least. And just to give you kind of a teaser, it's going to be about murder and attempted murder in geology. So we're gonna do some investigations, some crime scene investigations in geology, which is something I haven't done in ages, but I can assure you it can be a lot of fun. I'll drop the pictures in Discord. I'll locate the most appropriate channel. In fact, I'm a little bit behind. I have a bunch of screenshots to share around, so every once in a while I find some cool stuff. I have the impression the Fonticolo is not here. because now that I think about it, I don't think I actually checked that both biologicals were in the same place. I only went for the bacterium. Well, legit watch a stream of you doing geological stuff. uh, I know a lot of it is just going through data, but any fieldwork or sample analysis will be cool to see. Oh yeah, well, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate. Yeah, no. At some point, if I have enough time to prepare it, I would like to show you like an entire series of like fieldwork stuff, like rocks and pictures and data, and tell a story, but it would take quite some time to prepare. So at some point in the future, I'll do it. But yeah, when I get this webcam setup done and tested, then showing rocks will be like potentially every stream. So in fact, I was thinking of having some kind of redeem, which I think currently is not active. Honestly, I don't even remember, because I was fiddling with it a while ago, like a couple of weeks ago. But I don't think there is a... Yeah, no, not active yet, because it's not ready. But I was thinking like maybe if you want to see a rock, then you can just redeem it and yeah, show me a rock. And I'll go fetch one of the rocks that I have around and show it to you. Also, in the meantime, Draco Arthritis, thank you so much for the follow. Good to see you here. I've for sure seen you many times in other streams. So welcome in, how are you? Very glad to have you here. Alright, Fonticuloa, where are you? This is the Digitos. Digitos is, I think, yeah, the spicy cucumber looking like. Yeah, spicy cucumber. Spiny, I should say, cucumber. It's like, yeah, let's go for it. Because yeah, I don't always see this one. This is a little bit less common for Fonticuloa. Because usually it's Fonticuloa campestris or Fonticuloa lapida, I think. Lapida? Probably lapida. I don't need to scan this. But yeah, it's the funny cucumber root thing. Started for her pleasure. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the... That's why I was saying spicy at first instead of spiny. It wasn't actually an accident. Alright. Or his pleasure. I mean, why not? Which webcam? It's a Logitech C920, I think. 920, 922, something like that. 290, 292. Let me see, because the other one I think is almost exactly the same. Yeah, there we go. This is the setup I have in mind. It's like it's a tripod, so I need to check that it can put things into focus when I hold the webcam down, but I think it will. And then, yeah, so basically I have this here on my desk, pointing down, have a black background, and probably keep the focus fixed. So, so it's like easy to show you rocks, and I don't have to worry about focus. The background is going to be black, so it's going to be, you know, emphasizing the colors and the lighting of the crystals, and not adjusting for background or anything else. And I'm probably also considering having some additional lighting, some kind of neutral white lighting, to bring out some colors. Yeah. It doesn't say anywhere, but I think it's exactly the same webcam I have there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the C920 or 290. I can't remember, but it's the very common one. Everyone has it. Nothing special. But for a small streamer like me, it works. Oh yeah, I was sleeping. That's why. For some reason, I thought I just got to the system. There we go. Okay. Let me catch up with chat. You need to upgrade yours. Yeah. I mean, not sure if I can recommend it or not. I mean, it works for me. It's fairly easy to use, nothing special. You can tune a few things, like the, you know, the gain, white balance, all that stuff. But otherwise, it's a relatively basic webcam. So if you want something specific for streaming, I'm the wrong person to ask, honestly. I have no idea. I know Elgato is one of the big brands that makes, you know, webcams that are ideal for streaming, but I know there's many different brands, and that's about it. Like, that's all I know. I never really investigated webcams for streaming, unfortunately, so I can't help too much. Let me see. I am primarily an explorer. Yes, I am. I'm actually a planetary geologist in real life. I study planets in real life, which isn't really nothing special. It's just another research job. Generally low funding, so that's part of the fun I have lately. It's just bright, trying to get funding, and generally you don't get it. So you really have to like your job to appreciate it. You need to have patience, lots of patience with it. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's the same camera you use, Tom. That's interesting to know. Because I know some streamers use it It's a very common webcam for like Zoom calls. In fact, that's how we got it first. It was to do Zoom calls. And it turns out it's okay for streaming as well, if you don't have too many pretenses, I guess. You have a cheap one that's very slow. Yeah, I mean, again, I think this one is 30 frames per second maximum. I can check. Let's see. Yeah, 30. It's like 1080p, but it's 30 FPS. So if you're looking for something particularly fast, then probably this is not good. But again, I know next to nothing about webcams. It's not really not my thing. Need to shell out a DSLR at some point soon. The low light environment is always gonna be grainy without a wide aperture. Oh yeah, I actually have a DSLR, also a relatively cheap one, which besides taking pictures maybe once a year, usually of my dog, I made it an attachment, a 3D printed attachment for a microscope. So I have a biological microscope, and in fact, when I started streaming, I was streaming microscope stuff, and that's how I used that DSLR. I'm sure it will make a better webcam than this. Honestly, that would require a big mount, which I don't have, so yeah, I don't want to bother with it. But that's a very good idea, especially for low light environments. You're right. Also, I mean, personal opinion, your stream is just fine. Your stream is great. Because it's really the content. I've seen streamers with the, 3 or 4 cameras with all angles, fancy effects and everything, but if the content is lacking, yes, the stream is not really interesting. You study the geology of other planets? Yes, I do. I do study the geology of other planets, mainly Mars. I do a little bit of Earth as well, because Earth has things that we can study and are very similar to things that we see on Mars. So by studying them on Earth, we can get a better understanding of the same thing that we see on Mars. Besides those, I'm also a little bit interested lately in the moon. So moon science, moon geology really, and geophysics. But I haven't done any study specifically. I've only participated in instrument proposals to NASA to make instruments for the moon, which is in part related to what I'm doing lately. Here, let's see, 3, 4, 5. There we go. You studied astrophysics. Studied astrophysics now in a totally different field. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of I wouldn't say a lot, but a good amount of astrophysics in this game. In fact, like I knew about star spectral types, but I didn't know that much about it, and this game kind of taught me all the different spectral types, because then I get curious about things I see, and I was like, okay, what is really an old type star? Uh, so that's cool. However, I must say I'm a geologist by formation, so I know very, very little of astrophysics. And in fact, you can assume I know nothing about it. Checking out for now. All right. Well, thank you for being around, DJ. It's always nice to see you. You are one of the first supporters of this channel. You've been here forever, so always nice to see you. Hope you have a great rest of your day, nice morning, then afternoon, and yeah, if you're going to work, have a nice day at work. Thank you very much. A good stream is about 70% vibes and 30% good audio. Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. I 100% agree. Like, some of my favorite streamers haven't changed their streaming setup ever, like since they started streaming. It's like cheap webcam that is often out of focus, you know, just people sitting in their bedrooms. But if it is fun, who cares? I'm not here to, I don't know, to watch a reality show about someone in their bedroom. I'm here for the content, so I really don't care if the quality is low for the video. I don't care. I couldn't care less. I'm excited to see. Wait, I'm confused here. Oh, crap! I got things confused because I don't know the difference between 3 and 4. All right. Well. Anyway. You learn a lot about astrophysics just by being extremely interested in it. Yeah, that's the other way around. I mean, that's how I learn about all this type of stuff. It's really just I see it, and then I see it again, and I'm like, okay, I need to understand it now. I need to know more about it. It's just really a curiosity thing. I should have studied that or engineering in college instead of media arts, but at least those are useful in streaming. I mean, you know, it's part of our the way I see this is like, you know, it's part of our experience, right? Who knows what would have happened if you studied engineering, or if I studied engineering, because that was at first actually an option. My dad wanted to be an engineer. That's kind of a now fun story. Back then it was not fun at all, but now it's fun. Now we laugh about it. About me choosing geology over engineering. And the main reason why I didn't choose engineering or physics or something related to both was that I wanted something in STEM, but also at the same time something that didn't have too much math or physics. No, not physics, too much math or oh man, what's the other one? I'm forgetting now. Well, it's mainly really math. Because my experience with math in high school was not so positive. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but let's say, at least in Italy, high school teachers are very rarely good teachers. They, you know, they never really showed how what they were teaching could apply in life, in real life. It's just something that, I don't know, like now, like if I could go back and tell myself, hey, actually study this thing in math, because 15 years from now you're gonna need it to study this cool thing on Mars. And you know, I know that my younger self, if I was told something like that, like, hey, do you know that with this now very dry abstract math, actually you could do really cool things? Like, if they told me that, then I would have appreciated it. So unfortunately, that only happened in college, so it was a bit too late. Otherwise, you know, who knows? I might have become an engineer instead of a geologist. In any case, hey Nightwolf, welcome in, welcome in. That command is not active yet. It's in the list of things. It's a list that it's getting longer, but the default command is kind of high in that list. So high priority. It's gonna happen at some point in the somewhat near future. Let's see, number 5. It's behind me. Gonna do a lurk, gonna crash, but I have to stop in it. So, well, thank you so much. Always appreciate. Even just traditional lurks, you don't have to write anything, because I'm usually like that. So I always appreciate the lurks. But thank you so much. Hello Zik, welcome in. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I would have gone for automotive engineering. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Probably would have designed awesome cars that nobody would build because everyone is making SUVs now. Or maybe electric cars. I don't know if you're interested or into electric cars, but that's the other thing everyone is into right now. Right, if I'd known calculus was used for orbital mechanics, I would have paid closer attention. Yeah, right, it's like, you know, sometimes it's really the simple things. Like, you know, I remember actually my math teacher wasn't that bad, but she wasn't that great either, honestly. And I remember when we were doing complex numbers, this was 4th year, 5th year. In Italy, high school is 5 years, it's not just 4. So either 4th or 5th year, we went through complex numbers. And I remember her saying something like, oh yeah, it's it's actually used in electrical engineering and in some physics. And I was like, okay, but that was it. Like it wasn't the actual application. It was just, you know, math is used in something. Yeah, okay, of course. But you know, right now, I mean, I don't directly use complex numbers, but understanding what they mean and how they work is kind of central in a bunch of stuff I work on, a bunch of stuff I study. And you know, it took me a while to essentially relearn something that I had originally learned and then forgot because it was like, I have no idea how to use this. It's useless to me now. It's boring. It's complicated. It's abstract. It's dry. I can't grasp how useful it could be. So, anyway.
No more body count.
Of course, personal experiences. Everyone is different, but that was mine. Anyway, I have no regrets in choosing geology. If I could go back to my younger self, I would be like, don't change anything, go for it. You're gonna love it. In fact, you know, I said, you know, if I could go back to my younger self and tell, you know, study these things about math, I would tell, yeah, study those things, but still go for geology. You're gonna use them in geology, or more specifically, geophysics. Anyway. Oh, nice. It's the weekend. Long weekend. I wish it was already weekend for me, but tomorrow still have to work. It's a bunch of meetings. Like last few days have been non-stop meetings, and when it is not meetings, it's like paperwork and stuff. It's like, oh. Anyway, yeah, the hunch that hydrogen will beat out electric in the end. Gonna be some push and pull though, at least in motorsport. It's tomorrow in Zeeland. It is tomorrow. Wait. Wait, what day is there? Isn't it like... Oh shit. Oh man, I thought it was... Isn't it Friday afternoon there? Well, Friday evening. Okay, Friday evening, okay. Oh yeah, but... It's at the end of the day. Okay, now it makes sense. Of course, it makes sense. Uh-oh. Are there advertisements going on right now? Crap. Because again, tonight it's this thing is messed up. Or maybe there were advertisements and they didn't see them. You don't see ads. Okay. Because I put this news earlier and then I kind of forgot about it. Okay, I see it. I see it coming up. Alright, I'm snoozing. Perfect. Yeah, because for some reason my stream manager here tonight is completely messed up. He's not telling me when advertisements are coming in. until it's like just before they happen. It's just two bodies here. I'm getting distracted here. Yeah, okay. Exist. Okay. Now I'll keep snoozing them because I need to go to bed. I'm like mentally tired, but I'm not that sleepy. But I know I need to sleep. So at some point over the next half hour, I need to go to bed and somehow fall asleep. Don't ask me how, but I need to do it. Because I think I have a call tomorrow morning at 9. It's 1:37 right now, which means at best I'm gonna sleep 6 hours. Yay. Oh, I wish I had a tranquilizer dart. Although the meeting tomorrow morning, I think I can actually skip it. Because I don't think I have to actually be there. It's about a vibration testing setup that we just got, and engineers have to talk about engineering stuff. I'm sure it's gonna be super interesting, but if I remember correctly, it's at 9, and honestly, I mean, I'm probably gonna wake up around 9 anyway, but I'm not ready to think about the stuff. You know what? I may actually call in from the bed, like with my cell phone, so they don't have to see me. I'm just gonna listen from the bed. I'm probably gonna fall asleep again. Just need to make sure I mute my microphone so they don't hear me snoring. I fall asleep. Look, I can bring all the tranquilizer darts if you like. Everyone can sleep in the meeting. No, we actually need the engineers to do engineering things. It's actually important. But I think it's important for them, not for me. So they can chat all they want. As long as they do their engineering thing, I'm good. Alright, here I need to visit everywhere. So it's mostly kind of boring stuff, except this stuff. See what I was talking about earlier today? How sometimes you get multiple moons that are nearly identical to each other, and sometimes they have cool stuff on them. So D and E have electric eye. So I'm going to end the stream on that note. Let's go there. Let's go visit one electric eye. There we go. Battery powered cars is not very practical. If you try to charge all the cars, the power grid will not handle the load. Yes, that is a big issue. That is a big issue that electrical grids will need to face. If everyone is asleep, nobody can be mad about it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I don't show up in the call, I don't think anyone would care. It's a call that was really meant to, you know, for these engineers to chat. But yeah, I'm not necessary. That's what I want to say. I'm somewhat interested in it, but not that much. Wow, that's a lot of range. But yeah, hybrid cars do that. Plans to colonize the moon, there's a lot of Helium 3 there. Yes. Although, I mean, there's quite a bit, but it's gonna be challenging to extract as well. You know, I think you're optimistic, Draco, because yeah, I wish it was 5 to 10 years off. Last time I heard a nuclear engineer, or is a nuclear physicist talk about it, it was like, yeah, no, we are really like 20-25 years out. But at least we are making progress. It's been since the 1950s, yes. Yeah, and I remember when I was a young kid, they were saying, oh yeah, all the oil is gonna run out in like 30 years.
May host a marked biological and may host a high-value biological.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna keep finding more oil and gas. And really, I mean, there's actually a lot of oil and gas reservoirs that are known, but they are not viable right now. But just wait for the prices to increase and they become viable. So your 30-year reserves, which is what really they mean when they say oil is gonna run out in 30 years. Yeah, those are the reserves. Doesn't mean all the oil is actually gonna run out in 30 years. So that is not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. And yeah, before fusion becomes a thing, I mean, there's a lot of cheaper energy that you're gonna use. And unfortunately, fossil fuels are gonna be cheaper for a very long time. And unfortunately, the people who will benefit from fossil fuel money are gonna be dead when all the consequences of using fossil fuels will actually be significant. I mean, they are already significant, but It's gonna get much worse. It's gonna get much worse. I see ads are coming in soon, so I need to find electric eye. Ah, there it is, there it is, there it is. Alright. There's the good night electric eye. There we go. Gonna step out. And then before the ads come in, I need to set up a raid or something. Say bye. Oh wow, this is the blue one. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Great contrast with the green atmosphere in the sky. Look at this beauty. There we go. Alright. On this beautiful electrical note, let's see what we can raid before the ads come in.